Hi, this is Gail with Beaded Jewelry Diva, and today we are going to do this pair of earrings, this project. I call this right angle curves because, believe it or not, this is right angle weave. Yes, indeed. But it's really simple, so I think you'll enjoy making these. I will show you also some examples of other earrings that I have made using this. So I'll show you those to the end and I'll explain a little bit more about them. But today we are going to be making this pair of earrings. If you enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe if you don't already, and let's go ahead and take a look at the supplies we're going to be needing for this set of earrings. So we know the beading supplies. First thing I've done is I've put on the stop bead, then I strung on a size 6 seed bead and then 8 of the size 15 seed beads. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down through the size 6 seed bead. So I'm basically making a loop. This is going to be the earring bail. And when it's done, it'll really be in 2 stacks of 4 like this. Now I've added 14 size 15 seed beads. So we've got 14 of those plus the 10 millimeter bead, and then I need to go back through all 14 of those seed beads that I've added. So these are the size 15 seed beads, and you just need to go back down through all of them. Now this is going to form the beginning of one of the sides of your right angle weave. So the bead itself, the 10 millimeter bead, what I call that one of my sides. And then we're going to show you what the other sides are in just a moment. It'll start making sense. So this is what it looks like so far. It's just like a half circle around the bead. I need to add 12 more beads this time. I'm not adding 14, I'm adding only 12 of the size 15 seed beads. And of course I need to go ahead and put on the 10 millimeter bead as well. Bloop, there it goes. It's on. Now here comes the part that's right angle weave-ish. I'm going back down through the last 2 beads of the previous section. So of those 12 beads that I added, the 12 seed beads, I'm going back through 11 and 12. I'm going to show it to you again, so don't worry, you'll see it again in action. Then I've got to go ahead and go back down through all the seed beads that I just added. So this is the 12 that I just added. And you know, it's a little tedious, I guess, going through all the seed beads like that, but hey, this is beading, this is what we do. So now I'm coming out of the end of all those seed beads, the 12 seed beads. Now I've added 12 more and my 10 millimeter bead, and again you see these last 2 beads that I've added. I'm going through them in the opposite direction of where the thread is coming out. So this is the right angle weave part of it that you may understand. I've got to do this all the way and add 5 of the beads this way. So as you can see, I've added all 5 and they have the pretty little S's. I'm down at the very end, so this is the bottom of the earring. And what I need to do is I need to go back up through the earring for a couple of reasons. One of them is to strengthen it because, you know, obviously you want it strong. And by the way, I'm retracing my path, so I'm going back through those 2 seed beads again. And this also draws up. Now when you do this the first time, you're going to see some thread showing. But you don't want to go ahead and have the thread showing, so going back through this helps you to you know, tighten it up so that you don't have the thread. Once you're back at the top, what I like to do is I still have the other end which has, I don't know, about 5 or 6 inches hanging off it, the one with the stop bead. But for my working end, I'm still going to go back up through all 8 of those bail beads. And this allows me to strengthen the bail area again, because, you know, I mean, this is going to rub up against the earring finding. So we want to make sure that it's nice and strong. So just go back through everything and then make sure that you're back down through the size 6 seed bead. You can get rid of your stop bead. Yay! So don't throw it away, but just throw it down. Now what I do is I'm tying a knot. This is just a simple little knot, and this is just another way of making it tighter. I can get away with doing this because I have some pretty large holes on these pearls that I'm using. So anyway, I've got to go back down through to the end. Alright, back at the end, so this is the bottom. And now I've got my 2 pieces, or what I did is I took my piece of chain and I cut it into 2 equal sizes. So they're about 6 inches each. Now I've put on a size 6 seed bead, and now I'm going to go ahead and make I guess what you want to call the chain tassel. So I'm just going ahead and putting my needle through some of these chain links. And it's really kind of random. It's just whatever kind of look you want. Now I am using, in this particular one, since the earrings are fairly long to begin with, I'm making the chain shorter. Now you can make your chain really, really long if you want to, and later on I'll show you a pair of earrings where I made the chain longer. But it's all up to you. There's no rhyme or reason to this part. Just whatever it is that you like that appeals to you. So you can see this is basically what it looks like. All the chains on the thread. And at this point I need to go back up through the size 6 seed bead. And that way, once I'm back up through it, the seed bead kind of hides the thread a little bit. So it's kind of like an end cap type thing. Good use for a size 6 seed bead, what can I say? Now I want to go back up through the entire earring again. Again, I'm going to retrace the path. So I'm going to go up through the size 10s. I'm going to go back through those 2 beads, the 2 linking beads, and you know, the whole 9 yards, till I'm back up at the top again. Actually, not till I'm back up at the top again, till I'm just about up to the top. Now I want to go ahead and actually tie off this thread. And what I'm going to do is I've just come out of the 2 seed beads, and I'm going back into that same curve area. So, and I'm trying not to get tangled too badly. Now I want to go ahead and do a half hitch. So I've got my needle coming under the thread and pushing it through, then putting it through the loop, and then snick, pulling it tight. Now when I do this, I like to do, I don't know, 2 or 3 half hitches. It really all depends on the weight of the beads and the, the weight of the beads, how many that I've used, you know, what size, but on an average 2 or 3 half hitches will pretty much do. And what I also end up liking to do is go through, if I can, the last 2 of those beads, but you just need to go through some just to hide the thread. Cut it. Now I've got the needle back on the other piece, that last tail piece. I'm going back up through that size 6 seed bead. And as you guessed, I'm going to go back up through and around those 8 bail seed beads. So as you can see, I'm just coming back down through the last of that one. Then what I need to do is I need to tie off this particular thread. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go down into the next, that first S, I guess you want to call it, set of beads, and I'm going to do the same thing, just half hitches. Now we've got to put on the earring finding. So I've got to twist it open using my pliers. And remember, always twist to the side, not front to, not open, but to the side. So you can see how I've got my S curve set up. And I just put the bail on the earring, take a look at it, and then hold the two of them up together. Now, as you can see, my S's are kind of in the same side. I don't want that. I want them to look like they're mirror images. So I'm just going to flip this around and put it back on again. Make sure that they're mirror images. So once I've got that, I can go ahead and just use the pliers to snick this closed. Yes, I can do it. I know I can. Okay, so it's all closed. So, that's really the earrings. They're really not difficult to make. And they look much more dramatic, and the nice thing is those S curves are just going to stay the where they are, and they're not going to move. And that's what I like, because I just want those beads to stay in place. And other ways that I've tried, no. Now, if the chains are not even, you can just use some pliers to, snip off a little bit extra if you need to. Now, let's see some other ones that I've made. I made these with some gemstone beads that I had. Basically the same thing. This time I used some size 11 seed beads though. So I used those, and as you'll see, I didn't use a chain. What I did is I used a pearl, well, my size 6, then a pearl, and then I used some gemstone chips. Well, this is just another use for some gemstone chips. Tied the end off with that little tiny size 15 seed bead. Here's basically the same thing that I've done. I had used smaller beads this time, and I'm back to the size 15 seed beads. But again, I have the gemstone chips for my tail instead of using a chain. So very simple, and this time you can see I'm actually using my quick change earring findings, which I think are cool. Now this one is a little bit different. I used 3 beads instead of 5, and as you can see, they're curved. So whereas the others hung straight, these are hanging curved, and I did something just a little tiny different to get that curve. I'll probably have to do it in another video because this one's going to be running a little too long to do it on this one. But this is a really cool look because, I love the look of this particular one. It was made about the same way though. Now these are the original ones that I made probably about 10 years ago. And I made these with the smaller beads and size 11 delicas. And I just thought that this was great, and I just never got around to doing a video to show you how to do this. So you can see all the earrings that I've made for this, and again I'm going to have to do another video for the purple ones if y'all want to see it. Just leave me a comment, give me a like or something like that. But here are the earrings, and I hope you've really enjoyed this. I always enjoy videoing with you.